Hey, how's everybody doing today? My name is Ricardo Cordu, and I pray that you're having a wonderful and marvelous day. If somebody didn't tell you that they love you, I want to be the first to let you know that I love you. And so a lot of people know me as the community business consultant. Some people know me as the CEO of Diligent for Life Global. And the reason why I say that is because at one point, I had my business, but for some reason, I went in hiding. I just focused on, I think I just focused on my career, and, I really just kind of put my business to the side. Right. And, that happens in some seasons. But what happened is about 2 years ago, I sat down and I told myself that I wanted to get better in certain sectors of my life. And so, at the time I was like, I want to get better in my education. So I was like, I'm going to get back in school. I want to get my MBA. And so I put that on paper. I also was in the mindset as I wanted to lose weight, and I wanted to get my health right. I wanted to get everything together. And so I put that on paper. Also in that time period, I set out, as a goal for my household, we wanted to buy a house. And so I put that on paper. Spiritually, I wanted to make sure I was spending time with God and truly hearing his voice in that season, and what the plan was for my life and the things I needed to do. And out of that came the warrior leadership journey. And the reason why that came up is because I've always, like, my first book was called Rise Up and Pray, and how to be 21 days of how to be a prayer warrior. And so I've always kind of put that on my back as I'm a prayer warrior. I'm a prayer warrior. But God revealed to me in that season this concept of having the warrior leadership mindset. And it kind of stuck with me because, as I started my MBA and facing my first challenge, my first battle of just not being in school for 15 plus years, and so having to teach myself how to learn again, how to teach myself to study again. It's not that I haven't been reading or studying, but it's just a different mindset. It was a different concept, right? And so I had to face my bad habits. I had to challenge myself and war with myself until I sat down long enough to be able to get that tempo back, get that study habit back, get that diligence and that discipline back, right? And so I stayed up many nights, looking at the computer and clicking on things and typing things and writing things. And I tried everything. I was recording things. I was pressing over and over again videos and, all the things that I know to do for me to submerge myself in information. And so I tell you this because what happened is I built a warrior muscle, right? That muscle began to give me the intellect to be able to see the end in mind. And what I say to see the end in mind is that I started seeing myself have A's in every one of my classes. I seen myself, whatever information that I was challenged with, everything I seen, I was like, you know what? If I sit here long enough, I know I can learn anything. I can master anything. And so that's what being a warrior, having that warrior leadership mentality. What happens is a lot of times people face challenges that put fear in their hearts. Challenges, financial challenges or health challenges or career challenges or business challenges or family challenges. Things happen where it can bring up some fear. It can bring up some anxiety, right? And, for some people, like for me, anxiety for me sometimes, was sitting up late at night eating fried foods and, eating snacks, a lot of sugar, a lot of cookies, all these things. That was one way I cope with it. Some other people, turn to drugs, turn to drinking. Everybody has their thing that they do, right? Some people, for me, sometimes I would be so overwhelmed. I might just sit there and not just do anything. I'll sit there and just watch TV for hours and hours, which for some people, what's wrong with watching TV? For me, for the things that I do, for the personality that I am, for the things I give to the community, I can't stay stagnant too long, because what happens is my mind starts to wander, and the thoughts that, when I say my mind starts to wander, the thoughts that I have for growth, for change, for impact slow down. Where then you get the Ricardo who was not pushing his business. The Ricardo who was not speaking life into people, encouraging people, and speaking to their seeds in them to see fruit begin to grow. To speak to hope, right, into people's lives and encourage them. And if anybody's around me, anybody who's been in any of my classes, my trainings, I always hear, Ricardo, I don't know what you did to me, but I can't sleep right now because you got me so inspired. You open my mind to such opportunities that I didn't think could even happen. And that's not me, it's God, right? That's my gift. My gift is I'm a destiny sparker. I create atmospheres, and I introduce information to help people get to the next level, to the next step of their life. And no matter what, if I'm doing business training, if I'm doing self-development training, if I'm doing spiritual training when it comes to prayer, anything like that, when it comes to emotional intelligence, anything you can think of, if somebody is there long enough and they sit there and they're open to hearing what I have to say, they're going to catch it. And when I say they're going to catch it, they're going to feel that warrior spirit. They're going to feel that energy that God has put in me to begin to move the masses, to move individuals from their comfort zone to I like to call it, a leader will step out into the breach. So in that case, they become leaders who step out into that breach, and then they realize that the skill sets and the things that they have learned over time, they need to reach back and pull all those things together and spend time long enough to learn something new so they can get themselves to the other side of that journey of whatever they're supposed to be. And that's what the warrior leadership journey does. A lot of times people ask for something that they can be a part of, where they can see like growth, like true growth. And so that's why I created the Warrior Leadership Journey, because I wanted to teach people on how to solve problems, how to self-assess, how to spend time in prayer, and spend time long enough to begin to write down your dreams and your goals, and actually have steps where we teach you something, but at the same time, we don't move to the next step until you actually apply it to your life. I'm a person who likes to see the things that you learn, you be able to apply it immediately and see results in your life, right? And sometimes you can get the information, and when you first do it, it might seem like it's not working, but it's not that it's not working. It's just you have not done it long enough for you to be able to get the aha moments, this is what this meant. Oh, this is the experience that I need to go to get to this next step. Me sitting down looking at the income statement and sitting and filling my income statement out for Diligent for Life Global. I wouldn't do it before, but now I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, oh man, how can I increase my revenue, right? How can I decrease my bottom line? What can I do to adjust? Maybe I have to make some changes, not looking, not just pressing buy, but also looking at, okay, I need to have enough generating revenue to be able to hire people, right? Because this thing is bigger than just myself, right? And so, I don't know where you're at in life. But if you are in the mindset where you're tired of running from your calling, you're tired of running from your challenge in life, you're wanting new opportunities, right? You're wanting to know how to grow and do and have all you're called to be, then I want you to join me in the Warrior Leadership Journey. It's a 6-month intense curriculum that I've created, that I've made, that I have used on myself, and I have used it in all different types of sectors, whether it was spiritual, whether it was entrepreneurship training, whether it's self-development training. I have put it all together because the one thing about Diligent for Life Global is I've always seen, kind of like a separation, right? A separation when it comes to, hey, I'm in school, I'm learning about business, so I'm learning structure. But at the same time, I'm over here on YouTube and I'm trying to learn about emotional intelligence, because being a business owner is like this, or being in a career where you're actually doing something that's worthwhile. The challenge of dealing with bosses, the challenge of dealing with colleagues, the challenges of dealing with people in the community, right? You're dealing with all these walks of life, these different things, but you have no safe space, right? No safe space to talk about it with somebody, to have somebody you can, put your ideas on, but at the same time, they can speak life into you. So I created this robust program where it's a 6-month program, and I'm gonna go through a little bit, but the first thing that we talk about is foundation of personal growth. And that's literally month 1. And what we do in that first month is introduction to the Warrior Leadership Journey program, identifying personal development goals, and cultivating a mindset for continuous improvement. And so that first month is really all about, us figuring out what your goals are, us sitting down and thinking about some of your challenges and some of these things like that. And what I like about this course, sometimes people are like, you join things and it's like, oh, well, am I going to hear from the person who created this program? Is it just a lot of videos? Nah, actually, I'm going to be working with you one-on-one. Now, I might do some group things, for a couple of the people who are doing on the same stage or who are doing the warrior leadership alongside you, excuse me. But for the most part, you're going to be working with me. And then I have some specialists. I have some people who I trust, and they're specialists in their field. And so I bring them into also so you can get the full result of your time in this 6-month program. And so that first month, I really go into the foundation of personal growth, and we truly tap into what you need to do on an individual level so you can get to the next step. So the second month is self-discovery and goal setting, understanding personal strengths and weaknesses. We also go into personal and professional success. We also go crafting a vision for your purpose and purpose-filled life. Month 3, we go into building habits for success, establishing daily routines for productivity, mindful living, and stress management, developing positive habits for long-term success. Month 4, we go into leadership and personal development, the role of leadership and self-growth, integrating leadership skills into your daily life, guest speakers, inspirational leadership stories, all those great things. Month 5, we go into financial empowerment and planning, the basics of financial literacy, creating personal budgets and financial goals, building wealth for a secure future. And month 6, we go into emotional intelligence workshop, understanding and meaning emotions, building strong interpersonal relationships, enhancing emotional intelligence for leadership. And so, it's like intense, y'all. But I promise you it's worth it. When I was creating this, I was just sitting there and I was like, man, this is going to be amazing. I could really see somebody joining this program and starting with 1 foot in, and they're like, I don't know if I really want to do it, and then jumping 2 feet in because they're so excited for the information. They're so excited to connect with me and some of my teammates, and they just feel like, man, it's like I found my home, y'all. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when you are looking for the next level in your life, when you're looking for hope, when you're looking for opportunity, to be around good people, like just good people who are encouraging, who will challenge you, who go out of their way to make sure that you are okay, it does something to you, y'all. It does something to your confidence. It does something to your abilities. I always tell people, I don't know if you ever been around somebody who just like, man, I'm proud of you, or man, I love you, or, I'm so happy for you. And they actually truly are happy for you. But, we want to keep this culture of compassion and love and empathy, and teach you how to fight back and take back what the enemy has stole from you, which is your dreams and your desires. As a warrior, you are putting your armor on. Sometimes people aren't putting their proper armor on. I remember the story of David. When David was about to fight Goliath, they tried to put King Saul's armor on him. But he was like, no, it doesn't fit me right. We don't want to put armor on you that's not meant for you. We want you to walk in your authentic armor that God has given you, so that you can walk through anything. You can walk through troops, leap over walls, walk on water every single day. You can be a prayer warrior. You can step in the gap for your family, so you can fight for your future, so you can get everything that you always desired in life. And so, I've been rambling a little bit, but I'm so excited for the journey, to see the results of the people who join the warrior leadership journey with me. And so my name is Ricardo Cordu, and I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, that your days are sweet as honey, and that your life bring you much joy and much laughter. Remember, life is love and love is life. We're on the winning side. I will see you next time. So join the warrior leadership journey with me. Go to Diligent for Life Global, go into the shop and purchase it so you can be a part of it, right? Nothing's free anymore. You got to put some time into it. I always think about, me going back and getting my MBA. I had to put some money down, y'all. It wasn't free for me. I had to put my own stake, and I had to put my own investment into my own equity injection, what we talk about in the business world or development world. And so you're going to have to do that. You're just going to have to do it. And I promise you it's going to be well worth it. I've seen so much victory. I've seen challenges, but I've seen how God has allowed and used me to overcome every challenge. And I want to teach you what I have learned, and what I've learned from other individuals, and what I've invested in personally. I want to teach you too, because I know it's nothing like living life to the fullest. It's nothing like it. It brings a smile on your face. It keeps you at night dreaming, and it makes you truly value individuals who value you. But it also gives you empathy for people who are going through challenges where that they're struggling. But all you can do for them sometimes is just pray. But you need to be okay with that, right? All you can do is live it, be an example sometimes. And so I love you. Go ahead and go to the website, click on the link below this